And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Sawyer Center on the campus of Southern Nazarene University. Crimson Storm basketball is on the air. Tonight it is rivalry night across the Great American Conference, and few across the GAC rival the historical rivalry on the hardwood between Southern Nazarene and Oklahoma Baptist. Should be a pair of great games here tonight, right here in Bethany. Hi everyone, Luke McConnell, Esther Santos here with you above the court in the Sawyer Center. Delighted to have you with us. Should be a great atmosphere here tonight. Students already piling into the Sawyer Center. Great crowd on hand, still 15 minutes before tip time at the Sawyer Center, and we're delighted to bring the action to you. Let's start with the women here this evening. SNU comes in 11-5 overall, tied for second with the Bison at 8-2 in the Great American Conference. SNU's won their last 3 and 6 of their last 7, 5 of those by double digits. And Esther, last weekend, an absolute defensive showcase for SNU, holding Henderson State to 41 points and Ouachita Baptist to 45 in a pair of wins. For sure, and that's something here coming in tonight that the Crimson Storm, they're just going to have to hold that up and just continue with that strong defense going up against the Bison here, who as well are 8-2. Like you said, that's going to be a tough game, and defense is going to be, could be more than 50% of this game is just the defense overall. Oklahoma Baptist comes in 12-4 overall. They've won their last 2 and 4 of their last 5. It's a bit of a remade offense for this Bison team, especially from three-point land. Just a massive difference. Last season, 11th in the conference in percentage, 8th in attempts, and 9th in makes. This season, 4th in percentage, 1st in attempts, and 1st in makes. They rank 7th nationally in three-pointers attempted per game at nearly 29 per game. They're making almost 10 per game on average. That's good for 6th nationally. They're also the best free throw shooting team in the nation at just over 83%. So the Crimson Storm defense going to have their work cut out for them as they guard the three-point line against the Bison. SNU has done a great job of doing that. Opponents shooting just 10 of 47 from 3 over their last 3 games and 28% from the field overall over those last 3 games. So the defense is going to have to be strong, but Esther, can the SNU offense get going against this Bison defense tonight? I think for sure the girls have proven in past games and in past history that they have what it takes. They have the skills and everything about that. It's just working together as a team, keeping the energy up, just keeping the vibes going, just making sure that just overall playing their game, keeping their mind in the game as well is just what's going to help them dominate OBU tonight. The Bison are keyed by transfer Mackenzie Crusoe, who came over from East Central. She's averaging 17 points and 5 rebounds per game, one of the best in the conference over the last 3 seasons down in Ada, making the interconference switch over to Shawnee. But also freshman Caitlin Davis out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, has been an impressive freshman this year. She's made 28 threes, which is good for 5th in the conference at a 40% clip. Of course, the Bison have a ton of size inside. Sierra Copeland at 6'3", Jill Leslie at 6'3", Jaden Getman, who's coming off an off-season ACL injury. She missed the first 6 games. She's been playing less than her usual for the Bison, at least over the past 2 years. But she recovered quickly from that and is doing whatever she can right now, averaging 10 points and 4 boards per game. She stands at 6'2", and Sydney Duncan at 6'2" as well. It's a large team inside, and Hannah Giddy going to have her hands full, particularly on offense, as those players inside going to give her a little bit of fits with their reach inside. Taking a look at the other games tonight, of course, the Battle of the Ravine between Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist. That one's at Henderson State tonight. Southeastern is at East Central. Arkansas Monticello is at Southern Arkansas. Southwestern is at Northwestern, and Arkansas Tech is at Harding. And that's how the rivalry week will commence here this evening in game 1 of that 2 game set over the course of the season. The other game between rivals will be on Thursday, February 13th across the Great American Conference. Quick check on the standings. Harding at the top on the women's side at 9-1. SNU, Oklahoma Baptist, and Southeastern all tied at 8-2. So SNU plays the other two teams tied for second in the conference this weekend. Southeastern will be here on Saturday. Southwestern and Northwestern tied 3 games back of that trio at 5-5. Henderson State's 4-6. Ouachita Baptist, Monticello, Southern Arc, and East Central all 3-7. And surprisingly, the Golden Sons of Arkansas Tech bringing up the rear at 1-9. It's been a tough year so far for Dave Wilbur's squad. We'll see if they can turn it around in the second half of the season. This is the halfway point of the conference slate, Esther, and what's impressed you about SNU through the first 10 games?
So far, watching them throughout this season, I think just seeing them be able to come back from certain things. Of course, there's been games where we've just been able to go straight through and dominate, but even between then, the team slips up, but they always come back and they make sure the energy is always good. And on the court, of course, they might make mistakes or something, but you see that they learn from those, and each and every game you can just see more and more improvement in the girls, and that's just something that, as a team, someone should always look forward to, and the Crimson Storm seem to represent that very greatly.
Rivalry games, always a big one, and SNU has dominated this one over the past several years. They've won 7 in a row, 2 in a row at home, and 16 of their last 17 against Oklahoma Baptist. Overall, SNU women 73-36 against Oklahoma Baptist, 44-22 here in Bethany. They'll look to get win number 45 against the Bison coming up in just a few minutes. Right now, though, we're going to turn it over to head coach Trent May, get his thoughts on last week against Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist, and get you all set for action as the Crimson Storm and the Bison do battle in Bethany coming up after these messages. And welcome into our pregame talk with SNU head coach Trent May. The Crimson Storm taking on rival Oklahoma Baptist here tonight. And Trent, going back to last week, 2 wins for you guys, 2 dominant defensive performances. What did you like about your team last week?
Oh, man, good to see you, first of all. But like you just said, dominant defense. I like those words together, by the way. And I think that's what we exemplified. I think our girls did a great job, following the scout that our assistants do a great job of putting together. And it was just great to see that the synergy within our girls. And we're still looking for that consistent offensive basis. And, but when you can D up and, that's your calling card. And, the girls are really buying into that and holding teams, way below their average. And, it's no easy task, this week to do that, but that's our goal. And, so far we've duplicated the things we wanted to do pretty well.
Here coming into the Thursday game, you've got 3 practices obviously to prepare for that. What does the practice rhythm for you guys look like at this point in the year?
Well, you said 3. Actually it's been 2.
That's true. Monday off.
We and only because we just kind of feel like I need it. It's a luxury when you your girls are bought in, and there's always a nagging something, whether it be a knee or a hip or there's a lot of sickness going around. And so you play on Saturday, and not every single player plays on Saturday, but your team's together on Saturday, and it's a game, and that's the heightened situation. And then Sunday's a quick day off, and Monday we've been blessed the last few weeks. We've given our girls Mondays off as well. It's almost like a victory Monday kind of thing, But it's also it's good for everybody just to kind of recharge, and then you get regrouped. You regroup on Tuesday, and but I think that Monday's a key day because I have a lot of girls playing a lot of minutes, and it's been refreshing what they've done, and I believe that it's like, hey, they haven't taken advantage of it. They're getting their rest, so then we're ready to go. And just like last week, we were ready to practice on Tuesday, ready to go on Wednesday, and then play 2 good games because it's like Thursday and Saturday bleed into each other. Friday is a blur. You're trying to now put that game behind you, good, bad, or indifferent, and you're getting ready for a quick game on Saturday, and so. That Monday off has been, I think, good and healthy, for everybody. And so that 2 days is important to prepare. And so, but I like the girls' focus in the way that they prepared, in those 2 days to get ready for big games.
We've talked a lot about, the offense and how you've wanted to see a little bit more. Looking at the numbers, it seems like you guys have at least, kind of steadied out of like where you are percentage-wise, and you do turn out 4th in the conference in shooting, but when it comes to your players shooting, how much do you tinker with them versus it's like we just got to get reps and get up shots.
Yeah, it's back. It's always back to the basics and the fundamentals this time of year. And so, are you shooting on balance? And Coach Caleb put a great clip the other day of film. Clips of film of just having, just showed, actually I think it was 22 clips of what good shots aren't. We didn't get really, we took shots, but they weren't really good shots. They could have been better shots. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, anytime you take a shot, you're shooting for the team. That's a big moment because everyone's involved in the outcome of that shot. And so, we're looking for the best shot, not just a shot. We know with our offense and the way teams play defense, we're going to get shots. But we want to make sure we're getting a good shot. And I think learning that, and then where you off balance and where you fading away, or could you have attacked a bad closeout versus, shooting a contested shot. And so it's really what kinds of shots. And then, my biggest thing is where you on balance. Did you hold your follow through? And was it a good fundamental shot? And was it also the appropriate shot to take?
First of two big games here this week at the Sawyer Center for you guys. Let's start with Oklahoma Baptist on Thursday. Obviously, it's a big game, big rivalry. Do you anticipate being able to feed off the energy of that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping we do have a good crowd. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully they get there, because we do play at 5:30, man. It's good to have, of course, guys play after us. So sometimes you get the kind of mix into that crowd, which is not bad at the end of the game, but sometimes you like that great energy from the start. So we're hoping for that as well. But, yeah, it is a big game because it's the next game for us. And so we're excited to get back on the floor still at home, obviously. And so, yeah, big night.
Oklahoma Baptist, a lot of familiar personnel from past years, both on their team and moving over from East Central to Oklahoma Baptist is Mackenzie Crusoe. What have you seen from them that's different this year?
They in the past defensively they've played a lot of primary zone, and so right now they're actually playing more man than I actually expected. I think that's good for us actually, but we'll see. Kenzie coming over from East Central last year, great player. She's taken the majority of their shots. I mean, she's taken a lot more shots than the second most shots from the other players on the team, and so. It's understanding that she's a good player. She's going to get to her spot. She's going to knock down baskets. We got to do a good job of playing great team defense on them. And so it can't be just like worried about one or two players, as everyone has to do their job, and we got to do it together.
We've also taken a lot more three-pointers this year by a significant margin, leading the conference in three-pointers attempted. How does that stress your defense?
Well, we got to be really good on transition defense. So they'll take quick shots and quick threes, and so instead of sometimes you get in the course of a game, everyone just kind of meanders back to the center, right? Just kind of, and we got to really make sure we flood out, that we span out a little bit, and making sure that we're really defending the 3-point line, not running back to the paint and then coming back out. I think that's the biggest thing is when teams do that, you get in the flow of the game and everyone kind of again hangs out in the middle of the floor and transitions back, and then they come out. We got to transition back, spread, almost like we always talk about spacing on offense. We need to have good spacing on defense as well to make sure that we're covering their shooters. And
then finally, what are you most excited to see from your team tonight?
Just again putting that consistency together. Yesterday at practice we talked about winning is contagious, but also so is losing. But we went around and I asked the girls specifically, what do you think? What makes us winning games? Like, what are we producing in that? What are the ingredients? And so, there's a lot of good comments about what makes us successful. And I believe again I'll share this with anybody. When I watch our team play together. And from our bench and just the way of the surroundings, I see that our girls have this more togetherness than peers maybe others have at times, and so I really appreciate that. I think that's a huge ingredient, especially for girls specifically, that just that togetherness and that tight knit group and love for each other, and that goes a long way. And so I just I want to see that continued passion, and you may not always work out on the scoreboard, but it's that consistency where we're the best team on the floor because we're the toughest together team on the floor. I think that goes a long way. So I want to see that tonight for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Trent, thanks so much for your time as always, and best of luck tonight against the Bison.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here.
And welcome back to the Sawyer Center. The starting lineups being introduced for both squads. Let's run through those for you. First for the visitors from Shawnee, Oklahoma Baptist. Number 2, sophomore guard Peyton Conde, 5'10", from Little River, Texas. Number 10, sophomore guard Parker Stevenson, 5'7", from Shawnee, Oklahoma. Number 20, senior guard Mackenzie Crusoe, 5'7", from Choctaw, Oklahoma. Number 23, senior forward Kennedy Large, 6 foot, from Bing, Oklahoma. And number 32, senior forward Sierra Copeland, 6'3", from Howe, Texas. The Bison are coached by Bo Overton in his 5th season in charge of the Bison. Assistant coach is Brennan Siegler. And now let's meet the starting lineups for Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm. First up for SNU, number 1, sophomore guard Umi Atsuka, 5'5", from Tokyo, Japan, averaging 10 points and 3 rebounds per game this season. Number 5, senior forward Hannah Giddy, 6'2", out of Melbourne, Australia, averaging 16 points and nearly 10 rebounds per game this season. Number 10, senior guard Katie King, 5'5", from Hera, Oklahoma, averaging 9 points and 3 rebounds per game this season. She also has 37 steals, which is second in the conference. Number 14, junior guard Jenna Bay, 5'9", from Shattuck, Oklahoma, averaging 6 points and 3 rebounds this season. And rounding out the starters for SNU, number 20, sophomore guard Jordan Hoffman, 5'9", from Weatherford, Oklahoma, averaging 6 points per game this season. The Crimson Storm are coached by Trent May in his 7th season at SNU. Assistant coaches Kayla Tucker, Jenny Holbrook, Evan Johnson, and Lauren Reether. Esther, the new video board, and very nice touch here at the Sawyer Center. Really lightens the place up a little bit.
It is indeed. It's beautiful to see up there, and that intro video is definitely something.
Big thanks to Betty and Claude Seipert for their donation to Southern Nazarene Athletics that made that possible. We're ready for basketball. Great crowd on hand already. We'll see that crowd increase as the evening goes along. The Bison come out in their traveling green uniforms, OBU in gold. Across the front, gold numbers and trim. SNU in their home whites. Storm in red across the front, white numbers with red trim.
Thank you.
Hannah Giddy and Sierra Copeland set to jump center circle. Let rivalry week commence. It's Copeland who wins the tip, and the Bison moving left to right. We'll start with the basketball. There's Stevenson. Over to Copeland up top. Back cut to Mackenzie Crusoe, pulls up baseline, off the back iron, no good. Copeland tips it out to Stevenson, right wing for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Large tips it back out to Stevenson. The 2 offensive rebounds here for the Bison on their first possession. Stevenson to Crusoe in the corner. Across the paint. Up top, Large wide open straight away for 3, and she rips the cords. 3 opportunities for the Bison on that possession. And it pays off with a triple from Kennedy Large, shooting 35% from deep this season. Here's King at the right elbow as SNU mixing things up a little bit there. Giddy backing down on Copeland, goes to the left hand, and the baby hook falls through for 2. Here's Copeland at the foul circle for the Bison. Down low to Large. Spins, fades on Bay. Too strong with the shot. Copeland has the rebound knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. Officials look at each other, not sure who it's going to be. Looked like Giddy knocked it out of Copeland's hands. But none of the three officials had a good angle on it. So we're going to give it to Oklahoma Baptist. That's the right call. Oh, just kidding. Baseline official changed his mind. The SNU basketball. So SNU catches a break there. Esther, it's rare to see all three officials miss a play. But that's what happened. It happens occasionally, I guess. Here's Bay, drives into the paint. Stevenson ripping at it. Large ties her up. Possession arrow is going to favor SNU with 12 on the shot clock. Hoffman inbounding, right baseline. Here's Otsuka at the foul line, outside to Bay. 6 on the shot clock for Hoffman. Hoffman drives all the way to the basket, hangs, rejected by Copeland. Large comes away with it. Here come the Bison in transition. Stevenson cut off nicely by King as SNU gets back. Stevenson picked up the dribble and traveled before she was able to get it outside to Condi. Another turnover for the Bison. Here's King, hands to Hoffman. It's SNU in the front court. Hoffman picks up her dribble and Condi jumps on top of her for the first foul of the ball game.
Foul number 2, Peyton Condi. Her first, team foul number 1.
8:01 to go first quarter, 3-2. Oklahoma Baptist with the early lead over SNU. Bison got 3 cracks at the basket on their first possession and paid off with a 3-pointer. Here's Otsuka, goes around Crusoe, had it stripped going up, but a foul is called on Parker Stevenson from the backside. So Otsuka will shoot 2 free throws. A chance to give SNU their first lead of the first half. Otsuka 78% at the free throw line this season. Been in double figures 3 of the last 4 games, averaging 10.5 points. She knocks down the first free throw. With 1 still to come, the sophomore out of Tokyo, Japan, taking on a much larger role this season. She's done a great job with it, especially taking care of the basketball with it in her hands, considerable amount. She goes 2 for 2 at the line, and SNU leads 4-3. Full court pressure extended by the Crimson Storm. Comes to Condi in the backcourt. Otsuka all over Condi, gets it to Copeland, top of the key. Outside to Large on the wing. Back to Copeland, the foul line, and swing it to Crusoe, left corner, guarded tightly by Hoffman. There's Crusoe, pulls up left to the paint off the dribble and got it to go. Mackenzie Crusoe with her first bucket. She's been in double figures all but 1 game this season. Averaged 22 points per game last week en route to GAC Offensive Player of the Week honors. Here's King, fires a 3-pointer, left of center, no good. Condi the rebound, and the Bison will push. Condi, top of the key, cut off. Is it up to Copeland? Not a threat from there. Here's Stevenson, tried to force it out to Condi, but got too deep. And Otsuka took it away. Here's Bay, 3-on-2. Bay had it knocked away from behind as she tried to pull up from 15 in transition. Condi with the steal. Here's Large, working outside. Over to Copeland, top of the key. 5-4 Bison, 6:40 to go. First quarter. Crusoe got underneath Giddy, missed the shot, but she was fouled. A bump from behind on Hannah Giddy. Her first, team's first. So Mackenzie Crusoe at the line for 2 free throws. 85% at the line this season. 5th in the conference this season. First one clambers off, no good. Second one from the senior is good. So the Bison extend their lead to 6-4. Crusoe takes a seat. Freshman Caitlin Davis in for the first time. Also out of Choctaw. Averaging 9 points, 2 rebounds per game, but the three-point line has been her calling card this year. Shooting 40% from deep this year. King to Hoffman in front of the Bison bench. Down low to Giddy. Giddy backing down on Copeland. Pivots back to the left hand. Too strong with the shot. Copeland has the miss for OBU. Large into the front court. Finds some space, leaves it back for Copeland. Foul circle jumper is good from Sierra Copeland. And the Bison doubling up the Crimson Storm right now, 8-4. 4 minutes gone by first quarter. King inside out, got free of Stevenson. Giddy is hacked and fouled. She was triple teamed on the inside, and the foul is going to be on Peyton Condi, and that's her second personal foul. 5:49 to go first quarter. That's going to bring sophomore Kaiten Graham into the ball game. Graham, sophomore out of Savannah, Oklahoma, 5'9". Wears number 11. Here's Otsuka. Outside to King with 15 on the shot clock. Left wing, now left corner to Bay. Over to King. To Giddy, back to King. King hides behind the Giddy pick. Over in the corner to Bay. Open, left corner three, on the way, in and out. Giddy the offensive rebound. Gives it over to Otsuka. Middle of the paint, and good from Umi. Otsuka with 4. SNU trails by 2, 8-6. Copeland working the dribble up top. Picks it up, needs help. Gets it over to Large, top of the key. Large working on Bay. Spins into the paint. Right-hand hook shot is good over Bay. Large with a couple inches height advantage on Jenna Bay. The Bison able to assert some size advantages here in the early going. Here's King, drives baseline in traffic. Missed the shot, but she'll go to the line for 2 when we come back. 4:47 to go in the first quarter. Oklahoma Baptist leads this one 10-6. We'll be back with more. This is SNU basketball.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you? Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. That last foul before the break on Sierra Copeland, her first. That puts 4 fouls on the Bison with 4:47 to go in the opening quarter. 10-6 Oklahoma Baptist out of the timeout. Copeland checks out along with Kennedy Large. Jill Leslie and Jaden Getman in for Oklahoma Baptist. Leslie, the 6'3 senior out of Wichita Falls, first team All-GAC middle blocker on the Oklahoma Baptist volleyball team. And Getman, 6'2 junior out of Stratford, Oklahoma, as King hits the first free throw. One more to come. Second one is good. Bison are deep. 11 players averaging 11 or more minutes per game, and so it's a full new 5 from the starting lineup out there right now as freshman Allie Reel comes in for Parker Stevenson, 5'10 out of Tuttle, Oklahoma. Hannah Duncan in there right now for Jenna Bay. Bracy Nyberg also out there for SNU. And that pass deflected by Duncan. And that's going to be a 10-second backcourt violation on the Bison as Hannah Duncan with the deflection on the pass, and Reel couldn't get it back up court in time. So great defensive pressure there by the Crimson Storm, forcing the third Bison turnover of the period. Here's Duncan, top of the key. Outside to Atsuka on the left wing. Atsuka knifes into the paint, goes down and travels as Davis kind of pulled the chair out from under her a little bit as she drove into her. Second turnover for the Crimson Storm. Here's Getman, long pass looking for Graham, intercepted by Nyberg. So the full court pressure causing problems for OBU. Out of the timeout. Here's Giddy, right of the paint, working against Leslie. Up top, Atsuka. She'll pull the trigger straight away. No good on the three. Rebound tipped around, and it comes up to Reel, and Nyberg collided with her a half second late, picking up her first personal foul, and the second on the Crimson Storm. 10-8 Bison, 4:02 to go first quarter. Bison shooting 57% from the field. SNU now 2 of 7 from the field. Leslie outside to Getman, guarded by Atsuka. Getman pulls up left of the paint, too strong off the glass. Giddy went to get the rebound, knocked it away from Leslie, and King comes up with it for SNU. Here's King, dashing, kicks it right corner Atsuka. On the baseline, back over to King on the wing. Up top to Duncan. Duncan driving, kicks it out corner to King. Here's Giddy right of the paint now, at the elbow. 10 on the clock for Katie King, top of the key. Drives, tried to kick it out to Nyberg. Nyberg moved up the wing, and the pass sailed into the front row. Atsuka checks out. Carly Gassaway in for the first time for SNU, the junior out of Choctaw. So we got 3 former Yellow Jackets out on the court at times this evening. Leslie fires it down, looking for Getman, knocked away by Giddy. 3 straight possessions for the Bison. Here's King, pulls up from 15 in transition and knocks it down. Beautiful control there by the senior. Reel hounded in the backcourt by Duncan. King comes up on the double team, gets it over to Davis. Right corner to Getman. Mismatch inside. Leslie has Nyberg on her, but Getman going to work on Giddy, trying to draw that second foul. Missed the shot instead, and Giddy gets the rebound. Giddy will bring it up herself. Down the lane, kicks it out. Duncan, left corner 3. Yes! Timeout Bison! As SNU's rolled off 7 straight and takes a 13-10 lead with 2:29 to go in the first quarter. 3 turnovers in the last 4 possessions for the Bison, Esther, and SNU turning up the defensive pressure early.
I was just about to say that full court press definitely made a big difference coming out of that first time out there, and that's just kind of messed with OBU's head a little bit. And with that, the Storm were able to just go ahead and keep doing what they're doing and just playing their strong defense and just taking advantage of every little thing going on here on the court.
OBU's done a nice job taking care of the ball this season, averaging just under 14 turnovers per game, which is 4th in the conference. SNU forces 17 per game. We'll see which one gives way. SNU backs off on the pressure here on this possession. Reel working left side against Gassaway. Now Leslie with it. Hands to Getman. She'll fire a right wing 3. That's off no good. Loose ball, and a foul is called on Nyberg as Crusoe back into the game. Ran through the box out attempt of Nyberg and drew the second foul on Nyberg. 3rd team foul on the Crimson Storm. So Atsuka quickly back off the bench for SNU. Here's Getman. Caught in the paint, gets it to Crusoe, up top to Reel. Reel finds space down the lane, and the layup off the glass is good from Allie Reel. Reel missed the first 8 games of the season. This bag has been a steady contributor off the bench. Here's King off the glass. Good, and the foul, they counted it. The foul is on Allie Reel, her first, and Katie King Took the freshman to school there.
At the line, for one shot, number 10, Katie King.
Gassaway checks out. Jordan Hoffman back in for SNU. King's free throw up and good. 7 first quarter points for Katie King, and SNU leads by 4, 16-12. Getman over to Reel. Working up against King. Now Reel's in trouble. Trapped along the midcourt line, and she has to call timeout. So 2 timeouts used here in the quarter by the Bison. Bo Overton not pleased with the lack of urgency coming to Reel's aid.
Whether full-time or part-time, entry-level or management, Taker Federal Credit Union offers
SNU up to 50% from the field. They've hit 4 of their last 5 to take a 16-12 lead. SNU has been great defensively at home all season long. Most points they've allowed at home is 55. They've rolled off 3 straight at home under 50 allowed, going back to the win against Southwestern back on December 14th. Here's Reel. Picks up her dribble left of the paint. Needs help. Still needs help. Gets it out to Crusoe. Crusoe with 8 on the clock. Pulls up from the GAC logo. Left it short. Collision. Loose ball. Comes out to OBU. Getman's 3 off the back iron. No good. Atsuka has it. Does not have numbers. She'll wait for help. Here's Duncan. Drives on Davis. Size advantage there. Doesn't take advantage. Outside to King. Here's Hoffman, top of the key, to Giddy at the right elbow. Down low, looking for Hoffman. It goes off the foot of Getman, though, as Getman got around Hoffman, trying to post up. So SNU basketball, inbounding at the end of the Bison bench on the sideline. Atsuka lobs backside to Giddy. Leslie goes down. Giddy sets her feet and hits the 5-foot jumper. Beautiful lob from Atsuka. Leslie went down. Easy deuce for Hannah. Her second field goal. Here's Crusoe. Drive and kick. Leslie, left corner 3 is good. The SNU bench incensed that Leslie was standing on the sideline. The official said she got her heels up in time to receive the pass. And the 3-pointer makes it a 3-point game at 18-15. 37 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Duncan behind the screen from Giddy. Leaves it for Giddy at the foul circle. Hannah, drive and dish. Back to Duncan, across the paint. Right-hand hook, off glass, too strong. Leslie has it stripped away by Atsuka. And a fresh 20 for SNU. Here's Giddy out to Atsuka, left wing. Over to Hoffman. Back to Giddy, 13 on the shot clock for SNU. Giddy crosses over, goes to work on Leslie. To the basket, left-hand layup, left it short. Getman has it, over to Leslie. Leslie in trouble, might have gotten away with a travel. Getman to the 3-point line, fires it up at the buzzer, and she got it. Big breakdown there for the SNU defense. And that allowed Oklahoma Baptist to hit back-to-back threes to tie the score at 18 to end the first quarter. Fun first 10 minutes. We've got 3 more of them coming your way. This is SNU basketball.
Watching our live stream, welcome. My name is Danny Thomason, and I'm the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. We're glad that you're enjoying our live stream. I just want to let you know that we believe that we can impact our student athletes here at Southern Nazarene University in 3 really important ways. First and foremost, always spiritually. We want our student athletes to grow spiritually. Secondly, we want them to grow academically. We want them to walk across that stage and get that degree, which is so important in their success in life. The third way is we want your athletes to be successful in their chosen sport. And we have an incredible staff of coaches and support staff that help them to do that, and a lot of resources. So thank you, and if you want more information about Southern Nazarene University Athletics, go to snuathletics.com, snuathletics.com, and remember, always bolts up. Woo!
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. Start of the second quarter. Sees the original starting 5 out there on the court for Oklahoma Baptist. Sierra Copeland, Mackenzie Crusoe, Kennedy Large, Peyton Condi, and Parker Stevenson. Here's Crusoe to the right elbow, kicks it out to Large, left wing. Large crosses over on Bay, kicks it out to Condi. Condi working with 2 personal fouls against Otsuka. Stops, step through, fires off the glass wildly, no good. Copeland the offensive rebound. Stevenson puts it back in over the top of Katie King.
Number 10, Parker Stevenson.
Esther, right now, the size of the Bison giving SNU a little bit of problems. That's 5 offensive rebounds now for OBU.
And that's something just out of their control, and with that, they're just going to have to adapt here as they've done earlier in the first quarter, And with that, we'll just have to keep the game going from there.
Bay open for 3 in front of the OBU bench, just short. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Hoffman. It'll be OBU basketball. The Bison have rolled off the last 8. Over the last minute and a half to take a 20-18 lead. Here's Crusoe, right corner, guarded by Giddy. Crusoe drives, kicks, Condi left corner. Down low to Large. Giddy now on Large. Outside looking for Crusoe, tipped by Otsuka. Crusoe gathers, fires a 3 off the back iron, no good. Copeland commits the over-the-back foul on Jordan Hoffman. Great box out there by Jordan. And Sierra Copeland picks up her second personal foul. So 2 on Copeland and 2 on Condi out there right now for the Bison. Giddy holding right elbow. Hands to King on the curl, outside to Hoffman. Jordan into the paint, outside to Giddy. 13 on the shot clock. Hannah spins, right hand hook, off the glass and good. Pretty move there by Hannah. She's got 6. And we're tied at 20, 8:13 to go first half. Crusoe quickly back the other way. Picks up her dribble outside to Condi. Condi drives baseline, cut off. Outside Stevenson, right wing for 3, blocked by King. Stevenson got it back though, hangs, missed the shot short. Giddy has the rebound. Not often you can put the 5'5" Katie King on the ledger with a block, but we'll do that here this evening. Here's Bay across the paint, bounce pass for Giddy to Hoffman. Good close by OBU. Left wing Otsuka, online, too strong. Loose ball in the middle of the paint. Stevenson comes away with it. 3-on-3 break. Condi drives in, leaves it back for Large in transition. Too strong on the 3. Here comes Katie King for SNU. The Bison now 3 of 9 from deep. SNU 1 of 6. Tied at 27-18 to go first half. Otsuka found some space, pulls up at the GAC logo, and it toilet bowls a couple times and falls in. Otsuka now with 6. SNU back on top, 22-20. Looked like she got grabbed going up. Hoffman poked it away from Stevenson. Now Copeland has it. Fires it to Large, left corner. Large across the paint, leaves it for the trailing Copeland. Spins, baseline, got around Giddy and put it in for 2 with the left hand. Back and forth we go. 22 apiece between 2 teams tied for second in the Great American Conference. 1 game behind the Harding Bisons. Here's Giddy, found King cutting backside right in front of Condi. And King now at 9 points. That's a 3rd assist for Hannah. That pass deflected by Hoffman, but Stevenson still gets it. Now she goes for Condi, just missed. Here's Condi outside. King, Large, left corner 3 off the front of the iron. Copeland went over the back of Giddy, no call, but Giddy got the rebound anyway. Here's Otsuka. Over to King. Bisons are staying in a man-to-man defense. You heard Trent May saying they're doing that more this year. Bay at the foul line, gets it out to Hoffman with 10. Hoffman drives, cut off to Giddy. Backdoor cut. Oh, good pass, and Bay could not quite handle it. Great cut by Jenna, and a great look from Hannah, but just couldn't handle it. Copeland and Crusoe are out. Getman and Davis in for OBU. Giddy checks out along with King for their first breaks of the game. Hannah Duncan and Jillian Crawford in for the first time for SNU. Jill Leslie also out there as Kennedy Large takes a seat. Here's Condi, open left wing for three. It's good. We have a breakdown there for SNU as the Bison back on the high side, 25-24. Here's Bay up top. Where's the offense going to come from for SNU here? Hoffman across the paint. Stop. Step through. Left-hand layup. Good. Great patience by Hoffman, keeping that pivot foot down. She's able to pay it off with her first bucket of the game. Condi splitting the defense. Gets it out to Davis. Fires a three. Stepping back. That's an air ball, and it goes out of bounds off Leslie over to the Crimson Storm. Timeout on the floor. 4:56 to go, first half, 26-25. Southern Nazarene with the lead. We'll be back with more. This is SNU basketball.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
SNU is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
SNU leads this one 26-25, 4:56 to go second quarter. The Crimson Storm 4 of 6 from the field here in the second period. The Bison 3 of 10. Courtesy of 6 offensive rebounds here in the first half. 7 second chance points for OBU. SNU's going to have to tighten up a little bit on the glass. They want to come out of here with an 8th straight win against OBU. Here's Crawford left wing. Found some space, cut off, outside Hoffman. Bay now working against Getman up top. Spins, got away from her down the lane. Put up the shot, no good, but she was fouled. What a spin move there from Bay to get away from Getman. The foul on Caitlin Davis, her first. Second team foul of the quarter. Condi out, Crusoe back in. Allie Reel also out there right now for OBU. Jenna Bay, 2 free throws here for the juniors. Knocks down the first. 89% of the foul line this season is Jenna. And she goes 2 for 2. 3-point lead for SNU, 28-25. They're led by as many as 6. OBU's led by as many as 4. And it has been tight throughout this evening. Here's Reel working up against Crawford. Left wing. Still dribbling. 15 on the shot clock now. Backdoor cut looking for Getman, and it is deflected out of bounds. Looked like it went off SNU last. That is the call. It should be about 12 or 13 on the shot clock. The officials go to the monitor just to double check. Accidental reset there at the table. But deflections have been mighty helpful for SNU here in the first half. They forced 5 turnovers, all those coming in the first quarter. 13 on the shot clock. Reel inbounding. Inbounds it to Crusoe, knocked away by Hoffman. Here's Crawford into the front court. Leaves it back for the trailing Duncan. To Hoffman, right corner. Swinging around Otsuka to Crawford between the rings. Jill dumps it down low to Atsuka, fades on Davis, and hits over top of the freshman. Atsuka now with 8. And SNU leads this one 30-25. Scoreboard says 41-25, but we know that's not right. Here's Leslie, left corner 3. That's an air ball over the top. Crawford corrals the rebound. Atsuka into the front court. Hesitates, drives on Davis, spins, fades, and she hit again! Umi Atsuka putting on a show. She's got 10, and the lead is 7, 32-25. And Esther, SNU's managed to grow the lead with King and Giddy on the bench, which is huge going forward.
They have. OBU's defense is pretty strong here, but the Storm are working their ways around it and taking advantage of just each little thing that they're able to and just going up from there.
Speaking of taking advantage, Getman got baseline on Duncan and put it in for 2. Getman now with 8 off the bench for OBU. Crawford to Atsuka, faces up on Reel. Hesitates, drives baseline, scoops it corner. They swing it around. Crawford open, top of the key, 4-3, short. Atsuka got there first, pushed from behind by Reel. Well, that'll be the second foul on Allie Reel. No free throws yet, just the third team foul. SNU yet to commit a foul here in the second quarter. Duncan and Hoffman check out. King and Giddy back in for SNU. Fresh 20 on the clock. Giddy inbounding for SNU here. It's it into King in the corner. Back to Giddy immediately. Kicks it out. Bay. Run off the line by Getman. Running floater by Jenna's no good. Crawford knocked it away from Davis, but Getman comes up with it for OBU. Here come the Bison. Getman picks up her dribble. Backdoor cut for Davis. Off the glass and good. Nice cut by the freshman. Good feed by Getman. The lead back down to 3 after back-to-back buckets for OBU. And OBU goes zone for the first time tonight. Let's see if SNU can handle that. Corner, Atsuka, right corner, 3, short. Getman the rebound, up ahead to Davis, who leaked out. Cross-court skip pass, Reel. She drives baseline past Atsuka. Layup is no good. She blew it. Giddy back to King. 2-on-2 break for SNU. She's got Crawford with her. She'll split the defense to the basket and lay it in for 2. Katie King split the defense and beat everybody to the rim. She's got 11 to lead all scorers. Here's Crusoe. Bumped, threw it away out of bounds. Great defense on the drive there by the Crimson Storm. Large and Stevenson coming back in. Reel and Getman check out. 1:28 to go before halftime. 34-29 SNU. Just a reminder, we'll talk to men's coach BJ Foster at halftime and get his thoughts on tonight's matchup with the Bison. Here's Crawford working against that 2-3 zone. King to Giddy. Baseline to Bay. Back to Giddy. Left elbow jumper on the way. No good. Loose ball. Davis has it. Up ahead Crusoe for the Bison. Drives on King to the right block. Steps around her and scores. Nice take by Mackenzie Crusoe. Took it right at Katie King. Crusoe's second field goal of the night. 20 on the shot clock for SNU. 45 on the game clock. Atsuka might have gotten away with a travel there. Fading jumpers no good. Giddy and Crawford collided, and they're the ones who knock it out of bounds. Crawford's been quite aggressive going for the rebounds this evening since she's come in. 39 seconds to go. 9-second difference game to shot clock. Here's Crusoe pounding the dribble out top against the sophomore Crawford. Fires up the 3, no good. Early in the clock there. And SNU can hold for the final shot, except it went out of bounds off the foot of Davis. OBU bench maybe slightly wanted to politic that it went off of Atsuka. Atsuka's expression made it look like it went off her as well. But SNU maintains possession. 13 on the clock. Right corner to Crawford, to Giddy. Giddy thought about dumping to Otsuka. Instead, takes it to the basket, had it knocked away. Loose ball, Leslie on the ground for it. And the clock is going to expire before the officials blow it dead. So that's how the first half ends here in Bethany. A lively back-and-forth affair. 34-31. Southern Nazarene takes a 3-point lead into the halftime locker room. We'll step aside for a brief break and come back with men's coach B.J. Foster after this timeout. 34-31, SNU with the lead over Oklahoma Baptist. This is SNU basketball. And welcome back. We're joined by men's head coach B.J. Foster, the Crimson Storm, and the Bison, tangling once again here at Bobby Martin Court in the second half of our doubleheader. And B.J., going back to last week, a pair of really impressive wins for your guys against Henderson State and Ouachita Baptist. Anything else stand out to you looking back from last week?
Well, no, I haven't thought much about last week. I've been thinking about this week. It's good to get wins at home. It's good to get, against some good quality teams. I thought we played particularly well and taking them out of some of the things they did. And so now we got a new challenge this evening against another good team, and hopefully we're up for the task.
You guys are ranked in both polls this week. I know nobody's going to give you any trophies for being ranked on January 23rd, whatever day today is, but is it nice to see that recognition of your squad on a national level?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like you said, nobody's giving you a trophy. It doesn't help us win this game at all coming up, but it is nice to be recognized for for the hard work that these guys have put in.
Just looking at the numbers over the last few games, this 3-game stretch against Tech, Henderson State, and Ouachita, you guys have really done a great job on the boards. You're plus 25 on the boards over these last 3 games and have allowed just 7.5 offensive rebounds over those last 3. What has been the key to that success?
Well, hopefully it didn't jinx us, because tonight offensive rebounding for OBU is a big part of their game, and so we need to do a terrific job on the boards. We need 5 guys that are committed to going and getting rebounds. We don't need guards standing around the perimeter watching and letting other people do the work. We need those one-on-one box outs, and we need the guards on the backside tracking down those rebounds. And so, it's always an emphasis of ours when you play with a little bit smaller lineup than other teams. You can't do that unless you got tough guys that are committed to rebounding the ball, and it's going to be a big part of today. So hopefully we can continue that trend, and hopefully those numbers continue in our favor.
Another thing that you've done really well, just 12 made threes allowed in the last 3 games. Against a couple really good shooters for OBU and Ethan Scott, Ricky Brown, how do you keep them under control here tonight?
Yeah, you can't be late. OBU runs 1,000 sets, and so you really got to stick to your rules and your concepts on how you're going to do things. A lot of cross screens from those shooters, and then they come off finish screens, and so you can't be late on the help with the first part of it, or you're going to be late on the second. They got some pin down screens coming for them as well, so we can't be caught ball watching and late out there. And we got to run them off 3-point line, and that means a high hand on the catch above their shooting pocket, which is what we're going to try and do. If they make it when we've done everything right, then you tip your hat to them. But hopefully if you do the things correctly on the defensive side, then they're going to miss a lot more than they make.
Talked about their 3-point shooting and rebounding, but is there anything that stands out to you about them on the defensive side of things?
Yeah, he's going to switch it up, and so you never really get comfortable offensively. He'll switch it when you really least expect it. They could be on a run, and he still switches it. And so we'll see some 2-3 zone. We'll see some presses. We might even see some different half-court zones, and really just kind of got to you got to go into it knowing that they're going to throw something at you that you've seen before, but you might not have talked about before the game. And so we just need to keep the pace and aggressiveness when those things happen, stick to what we do. And if we do that and don't get the deer in headlight look, then we'll be in good shape.
Obviously, it's a rivalry game. We talked about feeding off the energy of that, but, how does that actually happen, feeding off the energy? It's something we talk about in sports all the time, but how does that actually transpire on the court?
Yeah, really, we try and tell our guys to rely on the preparation. Some games you go on the road, it's 20 degrees, it's dark, there's nobody around, and it's a little hard to get up for a game. And then some games like this one where it's really easy to get up for the game because, there's got a good crowd, it's lively, we know what's at stake, and so but there shouldn't be much difference between the way we play in both of those two games. We really got to play with some poise, but use the energy to really help us focus in and really be focused on our job and what we need to do.
Well, BJ, look forward to seeing you guys out on the court this evening. Best of luck, and thanks for your time as always.
All right, appreciate it.
That's SNU coach BJ Foster. We'll step aside for an extended break, and when we come back, first half stats, scores from around the rest of the Great American Conference, and we'll get you set for the second half of action. Again, our score at halftime, 34-31. Southern Nazarene leads Oklahoma Baptist. We'll be back with more after this timeout.
SNU sets the standard for innovative servant leadership. Students from every discipline are exposed to leadership opportunities where they can thrive. In more than 45 majors, students experience true integration of faith and learning, rising to be leaders in their field. SNU is the place for educators to take the next step and earn a master's or doctorate in education and leadership, with over 400 ed leadership graduates serving across Oklahoma. If you're starting as a freshman or earning a master's or doctorate, SNU is the place for you.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
SNU is really different. We're a small community, we all know one another's names, and I really love it here.
Being at SNU prepared me to be a working individual, as well as a leader in my church, home, and community.
SNU really set me up for life. I met my best friends here, I met my husband here, I got to travel the world. I am so glad I was able to attend SNU.
SNU has made me into the man I am today.
My name is Haley, and I am a proud graduate of Southern Nazarene University.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
If you're watching our live stream, welcome. My name is Danny Thomason, and I'm the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. We're glad that you're enjoying our live stream. I just want to let you know that we believe that we can impact our student athletes here at Southern Nazarene University in three really important ways. First and foremost, always spiritually. We want our student athletes to grow spiritually. Secondly, we want them to grow academically. We want them to walk across that stage and get that degree, which is so important in their success in life. The third way is we want your athletes to be successful in their chosen sport. And we have an incredible staff of coaches and support staff that help them to do that, and a lot of resources. So thank you, and if you want more information about Southern Nazarene University Athletics, go to snuathletics.com, snuathletics.com, and remember, always bolts up. Woo!
one of my favorite things about SNU was the relationships I was able to have with people, with professors, with friends.
One thing that was purposely different about SNU was the integration of faith into the academics. I feel like I learned so much from that helped prepare me for life after college, to be a husband and someday to be a father. It was a really, really transformational time in my life.
My degree could have come from anywhere, but my relationships with people, I know I would not have gotten anywhere else. Go to snu.edu to apply or to schedule a visit.
It's a beautiful morning, Scotty, and we have an early game today. That injured list, it's getting longer by the minute. Not to mention, there's apparently a nasty virus sweeping through the locker room. Yeah, but these players, they're in good hands. All of them need to feel their best this season, Scotty. Yes, they do, Jack, because this team is on track to win it all this year.
Every day, Mercy's team is ready to take care of yours, bringing you the care you need now. Find out all the ways to access Mercy at mercynow.net.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU and OBU back on the court, getting loose for the second half, coming your way in just over 3 minutes. SNU leads 34-31, a great first half between these two squads, in a tie for second place right now in the GAC. SNU shot 48% from the field in the first half, just 1 of 8 from three-point range, though, and a perfect 7 of 7 at the free throw line. Oklahoma Baptist 42% from the field, 4 of 14 from three-point range, and 1 of 2 at the free throw line. OBU 17-15 on the board, 6-3 on the offensive glass, leading to a 7-2 edge in second chance points. SNU 20-14 in the paint, 6-4 in points off turnovers, 7 turnovers for the Bison in the first half, 5 for SNU. Individually, Katie King leading the way for all scorers with 11 points in the first half. 10 points for Umi Otsuka, 6 points, 6 boards, 3 assists for Hannah Giddy, 3 for Hannah Duncan off the bench, 2 each for Jordan Hoffman and Jenna Bay. 5 points each for Mackenzie Crusoe, Kennedy Large, and Jaden Getman. 3 points for Jill Leslie, 3 for Peyton Condi, 2 for Parker Stevenson, 4 for Sierra Copeland, and 2 each for Allie Reel and Caitlin Davis. Quick check on the other scores around the league. Halftime in Arkadelphia. Ouachita Baptist all over Henderson State, 39-23 at halftime. Down in Ada, big surprise on this one, 40-18. East Central leads Southeastern Oklahoma State. The Savage Storm will be here on Saturday. They are also part of that trio tied for second in the conference, but they are getting it handed to them right now by the Tigers. That's early third quarter. Halftime in Magnolia, Southern Arkansas and Arkansas Monticello tied at 34 apiece. up in Alva. It is all Rangers right now, 27-11 the score, as Southwestern goes 0 of 17 from three-point range in the first half, 5 of 36 from the field for a cool 14% from the field. So, can only go up from there if you're the Bulldogs. Third quarter action in Searcy, 37-26. Harding taking care of business against Arkansas Tech, but just shooting 37% from the field right now are the Bisons. Here, 3-point lead for SNU. It'll be SNU ball to start the third quarter. And Esther, what does SNU need to do in the second half to come out of here with their 4th consecutive win?
I think they first off need to continue doing the amazing job of defense that they did in the first half here, and just that definitely made a difference. Again, like I said earlier, that full court defense press there kind of scared the Bison for a minute, but the Bison, of course, have kept up with the Crimson Storm here. It's a big back-and-forth game, but the Crimson Storm just need to continue taking those offensive opportunities that they've been having and just continue to work as a team, keep that chemistry up on the court, and just that'll let them end up the night hopefully on a good end here.
Original starting 5 out there for SNU. Hannah Giddy, Jordan Hoffman, Katie King, Jenna Bay, and Umi Otsuka. Original starting 5 for the Bison out there as well. Sierra Copeland, Kennedy Large, Peyton Condi, Mackenzie Crusoe, and Parker Stevenson. Bracy Nyberg, the only SNU player with 2 personal fouls, who the Crimson Storm only committed 3 as a team in the first half. 3 players for the Bison with 2 fouls, Condi, Copeland, and Allie Reel off the bench. Here's Hoffman, over to Otsuka, left corner King. Dumps it down to Giddy, got behind Copeland, kicks it out. Hoffman, right corner 3, short. Rebound is knocked out of bounds off the Bison. King got underneath of Stevenson. Incidental, as Stevenson kind of brought the ball down and sort of clotheslined King. Looked pretty terrible, but I would agree with the officials. I don't know if that's really a foul. But off the inbounds, Giddy blocked by Copeland, who made a nice recovery as Giddy got free. Copeland 4th in the conference in blocks coming in with 17. That's her 2nd of the night. Crusoe, drive and kick to Large. Over to Stevenson now, top of the key. Stevenson working against Jenna Bay. 12 on the clock for the sophomore. Now Copeland straight away. Thought about the 3. Instead, she'll back down on Giddy. Runs into a wall, kicks it back out to Stevenson with 4 on the clock. Stevenson, step back 3 on the way. Too strong. Copeland knocks it out. It does not get, Otsuka can't get there in time. Crusoe is hanging back, gets it. Stevenson, left wing 3 is good. Copeland's done that a couple times this evening, just swatting the ball out to keep it away from Giddy, and at least twice it's resulted in a 3-pointer. We're tied at 34 now. Here's Hoffman. Running around, got it to go, fouled from behind by Condi, and that's number 3 on Peyton Condi. Great cut and another assist for Hannah Giddy, her 4th assist of the game. Jordan now with 4 points. And Condi's going to have to come out of the ball game. Caitlin Davis back in quickly. Hoffman's free throw is good. Had 9 points on 3 or 4 field goals against Ouachita, one of her best games of the year with 3 steals. She's got 5 here this evening. SNU back up by 3, 37-34. Here's Stevenson to the left block, cut off, fouled. As she went up with the shot. Give that one to Katie King, her first, team's first. Stevenson going to the line for 2 free throws. 86% at the line this season. Stevenson, 2 of 6 tonight, just 24% shooting in GAC games this year. First free throw, no good. This is the 2nd trip to the free throw line for the Bison tonight. Crusoe went 1 for 2 in the only other trip. Stevenson, 1 for 2. So the Bison just 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 83% as a team this year. And then Stevenson, a silly reach-in foul in the backcourt. Second foul on Stevenson and on the Bison here in the third quarter. King into the front court. Hoffman trying to post up on Davis. Instead, it comes to Otsuka. Left elbow Giddy up to King. 15 on the clock. King back to Otsuka. Right wing to Hoffman. Lobs it down to Giddy. Faces up on Copeland. 8 on the clock now. Giddy has it poked away by Copeland. Covers the dribble. Across the paint. Giddy spins. Dumps it to Otsuka. Forced it up. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. It goes off of Bay last, they say. Trent May can't believe it. Everybody on the baseline can't believe it either. But it's OBU ball either way. 37-35 SNU. Stevenson into the front court against King. Still working the dribble now with 12 on the shot clock, and a foul is going to be called on SNU on Hoffman holding Crusoe. Curling around. So fresh 20 on the clock for OBU. Crusoe inbounding. Gets it to Copeland. Forces out to Crusoe. Left corner three. That's short. Good defense there by Giddy as SNU got a little mixed up on the coverage. Here's Bay into the front court. Quickly to Giddy, and a kickball is called. SNU inbounds right baseline. King triggering it in for SNU. Lobs it up to Otsuka on the wing. Bison goes zone. .14 on the clock now. Here's Otsuka, right side to Hoffman. Hoffman to Bay in the right corner. Back to Hoffman on the wing. Otsuka penetrates. Running jumper. No good. She'll shoot two. Bo Overton can't believe it.
Fouls on number 23, Kennedy Large, her first.
Fouls on Large, her first. Third team foul on the Bison.
At the line for 2 shots, number 1.
So Umi Otsuka at the free throw line for 2. 2 for 2 tonight, 10 points. To go along with 3 boards. First one up and true. Second one's also good. SNU now 10 of 10 at the free throw line after going 12 for 12 last Saturday. Here's Crusoe backing down on Bay, and a quick whistle there. Foul called on Jenna. Not a lot there, Esther.
No, not much going on, but just a quick little whistle there, and I guess we'll just have to deal with it and keep going.
Bay and Otsuka out. Nyberg and Hannah Duncan back in for SNU. Back cut for Crusoe. Bad pass by Copeland, but it comes out to Stevenson. Left wing three. That's off all the way. Copeland tried to knock it away, but Nyberg has it for SNU. The freshman working against the senior Crusoe. Kenzie 6th in the conference in steals. Entry pass for Giddy. Copeland had it. Giddy wrestled it away and put it in for 2. And the lead goes up to 6 at 41-35. Stevenson inside out dribble, picks it up, needs help, back cut, looking for Davis, stolen by fellow freshman Nyberg. King, right wing, that one's poked away by Stevenson. Duncan getting back, but Stevenson lays it in for 2.
Number 10, Parker Stevenson.
And the official, I think, just gave a delay of game warning to the Bison. I'm not sure. Bo Overton's confused. Stevenson just threw the ball to the ref instead of just leaving it on the ground, and that's what the official gave her a warning for. That seems peculiar at best. Aren't you taught that, Esther?
No, I've seen plenty of people just give the ball to the ref, so I'm a bit confused, but.
Here's Hoffman, drives, wild shot, no good. A lot of contact there, no call. Here's Davis up ahead of the pack, behind the back dribble, shovels over to Large. Large in behind the defense, got blocked from behind by Giddy. Overton thought there was a foul. It was a clean block from behind by Giddy. Here's King, quick shot over Stevenson, and the paint is good for 2. And King up to 13 points, lead back to 6, 43-37, 5:15 to play third quarter. Fun back and forth affair here in Bethany. Peyton Condi's back in right now for Crusoe for the Bison. Stevenson heads right. 8 on the shot clock now for the sophomore. King right with her. 3 on the clock. Stevenson has to drive all the way in. Missed the layup, and an over-the-back foul is called on Condi, and that's her 4th personal foul. And that takes us to a timeout on the court. 4:53 to play in the third quarter. SNU leads 43-37. We'll take time and be back with more. This is SNU basketball. Welcome back to Bethany, 43-37. Southern Nazarene leads Oklahoma Baptist. The Bison just 2 of 7 from the field here in the third quarter with a turnover. SNU 3 of 7 from the field with a turnover. Right now the big difference in the game, the free throw line. SNU 10 for 10, the Bison just 2 for 4. Out of the timeout, Jaden Getman, Allie Reel, and Jill Leslie out on the court now for the Bison as Condi, Stevenson, and Copeland take a seat. Hoffman, shot fake, knocked away by Crusoe, got it back, and a foul is called on Crusoe. She was crowding Hoffman. So that's team foul number 5, so Jordan Hoffman at the line as SNU in the bonus.
Number 20, Jordan Hoffman.
Hoffman's first free throw clambers off, no good. Hoffman, the sophomore out of Weatherford, transferred in from Cal Poly. She goes 1 for 2. She's got 6. The lead is 7 for SNU, matching their largest lead of the ball game. Freshman on freshman action here between Reel and Nyberg. Now Davis gives to Crusoe. Bump from behind. Outside to Leslie. In the paint to Reel. Outside Getman. Right wing 3 on the way. Short. Crusoe the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out. Davis. Open 3 on the way. That one's also short. Giddy got knocked in the head. No call, but she's got the rebound anyway. Her 7th of the ball game. King settles things down. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. 2 seniors working against each other here, and Crusoe picks her pocket, and then King commits the foul. That's twice now out top. King's had her pocket picked. Once by Stevenson, once by Crusoe now. That's her 2nd personal foul. 4th team foul on the Crimson Storm, and SNU not wanting to get into a situation to put the Bison at the free throw line too often, as they lead the nation at 83% as a team. Getman picks up her dribble, needs help. Still needs help. Still looking. Up top to Crusoe. Just under the 5 count. Crusoe splits the defense. Goes right into the gut of Hannah Giddy. Created some space and scored off the glass.
Number 20, Mackenzie Crusoe.
Crusoe now with 7. King gives it up to Duncan between the rings. Left side to Hoffman. She comes inside. Now outside to Nyberg with 10 into the paint. Backing down Reel out to Hoffman. Drives baseline. Got underneath everybody. Blocked by Davis. And Davis coming the other way with it. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. The freshman still working against Duncan on the baseline. Now she picks up her dribble, needs some help. Fires it up over Duncan. That's a bad shot, but the rebound caroms out to her. Fresh 20 for OBU. Here's Leslie at the foul circle. Tried to go inside to Getman. Loose on the floor. Giddy got it. It's over to Duncan. SNU basketball. Here's King at the foul circle. Outside to Giddy. Giddy holding. Over to Nyberg, left wing. Nyberg drives on Crusoe. Loose ball. It goes off of Crusoe's foot out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock.
Check in for the Crimson Storm, number 1.
King and Hoffman come out. Crawford and Otsuka back in for SNU. The offense both ways has really stagnated here in the third quarter, Esther.
They have for both teams here. The defense, it's getting much more intense here on the court.
Inbounds comes to Otsuka in front of the SNU bench. Needs help. Gets it to Crawford with 8 on the clock. Crawford driving kick to Duncan. 5 on the clock. Duncan knocked off her spot. Finds Nyberg well off on the 3. Getman has it, and she's fouled in the backcourt.
Fouls on number 4, Bracing Nyberg. Her third, team foul number 5.
Third on Nyberg. That's the 5th team foul on the Crimson Storm. So Jaden Getman's going to the line for 2 free throws. SNU 1 of 10 from three-point range this evening. Getman 92% at the free throw line this season. Took 120 free throws a season ago at 87%. Missed the second though, and the Bison continue to struggle at the line, just 3 of 6 now. Here's Giddy, left elbow. Backing down, lost the ball as she went to the deck, and Crusoe, and then that one's stolen away by Nyberg. Duncan has it, lobs to Giddy, out to Nyberg, back to Duncan, right wing, sets her feet, fires a 3, too strong. Otsuka off the glass, on the offensive rebound. A timeout called by Trent May to settle everybody down with 1:34 to go, third quarter. It's a full timeout. We'll take it as well. 46-40, SNU with the lead. We'll be back with more. This is SNU basketball.
Renew is the University Counseling Center. We are located at 6710 Northwest 43rd Street, just north of the Webster Commons. Renew offers a variety of services, including individual counseling, couples counseling, and psychoeducational workshops. The first 5 sessions for students are free, and students will never pay more than $10 per session. Faculty counseling is just $40 per session. Renew is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, visit renew.snu.edu or email renew@mail.snu.edu.
Welcome back to the Sawyer Center. 1:34 to go, third quarter. 46-40, SNU with the lead. SNU extending some full court pressure out of the timeout. Oh, and just tipped by Otsuka. Bison have 4 seconds to get it into the front court. Crusoe inbounding on the sideline below us. Bounce comes to Getman. Getman tried to go over the top to Reel. It's stolen by Crawford. And the full court pressure continues to give OBU problems here this evening. Duncan calls for Giddy, gets it to her right elbow. Otsuka on the cut. Couldn't get free, fades, missed the shot badly. Good defense there by Crusoe. Reel up ahead to Getman. Sets her feet, left wing, fires a three. It's off the back iron, no good. Rebound tipped out by Leslie to Davis. Here's Crusoe. 15 on the shot clock. Drives on Crawford, outside to Leslie. They swing it around to Davis. It goes through her hands. Fortunate break there for SNU. Getman has it to Reel. Down low, lost the ball. It's off her leg. No, they say off SNU out of bounds. I'm not sure how that was physically possible. Four on the clock for OBU. Inbounds comes to Getman. Getman spins to the right hand, and she scores with 1 on the shot clock. 40 seconds to go in the quarter. SNU leads by 4, 46-42. Otsuka hands to Nyberg behind the Giddy pick. Outside Crawford, head fake to the elbow. Needs help, outside to Otsuka. 17 on the clock, 6-second difference, game to shot clock. Here's Giddy backing down on Leslie. Pivoting, spinning, needs help. Left corner, Duncan, open three. Off the back iron, twice, no good. Crusoe has it. Into the front court comes Crusoe with 5. Driving on Otsuka, forced it up. She was fouled by Otsuka with 1.2 on the clock. First on Umi. That sends Mackenzie Crusoe to the line for 2 free throws. Nyberg checks out, Katie King back in.
Number 10, Katie King.
First one for Mackenzie's, no good. Second one on the way is good with 1.2 left. Bounce comes to King. 3/4 court heave. Short. And we head to the final stanza. The margin remains 3 in favor of the Crimson Storm as it was at halftime. 10 minutes to go here in Bethany. We'll be back with those 10 minutes after these messages.
Our live stream, welcome. My name is Danny Thomason, and I'm the Director of Intercollegiate Athletics here at Southern Nazarene University. We're glad that you're enjoying our live stream. I just want to let you know that we believe that we can impact our student athletes here at Southern Nazarene University in 3 really important ways. First and foremost, always spiritually. We want our student athletes to grow spiritually. Secondly, we want them to grow academically. We want them to walk across that stage and get that degree, which is so important in their success in life. The third way is we want your athletes to be successful in their chosen sport. And we have an incredible staff of coaches and support staff that help them to do that, and a lot of resources. So thank you, and if you want more information about Southern Nazarene University Athletics, go to snuathletics.com, snuathletics.com, and remember, always bolts up. Woo!
Ten minutes to go in the first matchup between these two schools this season. 46-43, Southern Nazarene leads Oklahoma Baptist. Out of the quarter break, Parker Stevenson, Peyton Condi, and Sierra Copeland back in for Oklahoma Baptist. Jenna Bay back out there for SNU. That one deflected by Otsuka into the OBU bench. Condi up top to Getman. Getman picks up her dribble, needs some help. Still needs help. Nearly had a 5-second count. Gets it down low to Copeland. Left-hand shot over Bay. Left it short, and Crawford comes soaring in for the rebound. Great defense by Bay. Here's Crawford. Drives baseline. Pulls up right of the paint. Clambers over the rim. No good. Crawford nearly had the offensive rebound, but Copeland gets it up ahead to Getman. Getman leaves it back for Condi in transition. Condi across the paint. Outside Stevenson. Right corner, now drives baseline, spins into the paint, kicks it out. Getman, left corner three on the way and good, and we're tied at 46.
3-point basket, number 33, Jaden Getman.
9 minutes to go, 46 apiece. Oh, Giddy wide open down low as OBU got caught napping, and Giddy goes into double figures with 10. Copeland shovels to Crusoe. Crawford goes down. Crusoe free throw line jumper bounces in for 2.
Number 20, Mackenzie Crusoe.
Now the Bison extend a little bit of full court pressure, just one-on-one. Satsuka works in the front court against Condi. Bay tried to save it, and it goes out of bounds as Crusoe couldn't handle it on the steal attempt on the sideline. 48 apiece, 8:22 to play. SNU 33% from the field in the second half. The Bison 6 of 16. There's King left wing behind the Giddy pick. King backing down on Stevenson. Got around her. She's bumped to the floor. She'll shoot 2. Third foul on Parker Stevenson. First on the Bison here in the fourth quarter. Katie King, 13 points tonight. 5 of 6 from the field. Shooting 2. First one up and good for King. 70% at the free throw line this season. Second one's good. SNU back up by 2. They led by as many as 7. Stevenson working near midcourt. Over to Crusoe, guarded by Crawford. Crusoe put a forearm in Crawford. A flop warning's coming up, and now a foul is called on SNU. Foul is on Jenna Bay.
Team foul number 2.
Inbounds comes to Getman. Here's Crusoe into the body of Giddy, fades and misses. That's an over the back on Copeland as she reached over Jenna Bay. Great job by Bay boxing out there. And that's the third foul on Sierra Copeland.
Sierra Copeland, her third, team foul number 2.
Second on the Bison here in the quarter. King calling out the signals at midcourt. Heads left. Needs help. Gets it down low to Giddy. Left block. Spins baseline. Whips it out to Bay. Right side. 3. No good. And Copeland has the rebound. Copeland brings it into the front court herself. Backs down on Giddy. Shovels it over to Crusoe. Missed the shot, but a foul on the floor. They call Katie King for a bump from behind. That's her third.
Katie King, her third, team foul number 2.
Second on the Crimson Storm. Getman checks out. Kennedy Large back in for SNU. Copeland tried to go backdoor to Crusoe, knocked away by Giddy out of bounds. Ball stayed in bounds. Everybody kind of just looked at it there for a second, Esther.
I know. I think she was just trying to let it be so they could get that ball instantly back.
Crusoe crosses over, stumbling, bumbling. Finds Condi, left corner 3, in and out. Atsuka, a nice box out on Copeland, tips the rebound over to Crawford. Atsuka lobbing up ahead to Giddy. Layup is good. What a dime! Where was the foul? Giddy got clobbered going up. But it's a 4-point lead. What a dime from Otsuka. Down low to Copeland, who got her away from Giddy, and she lays it in for 2. Back and forth we go. 6.5 to play. 52-50 SNU. Giddy right elbow. Hands to King on the handoff. Right corner Bay. Side to Crawford. Crawford nearly had it poked away by Crusoe. Outside Otsuka with 10 on the clock. Otsuka drives. Kicks it out to King. Right corner Bay. Back to King. 3 on the clock. Quick trigger on the 3. It's good! Just the second 3 of the night for SNU. It's a big one from Katie King with 6 minutes to play. 55-50. SNU is King with 18 points tonight. Copeland hands to Large up top. Large backing down on Bay, picks up her dribble. Outside Stevenson left corner. Stevenson thinks about it. Airballs the 3 over the rim, and then Crawford is called for the foul, taking down Crusoe.
Fouls on number 15, Jillian Crawford, her first.
First on Jill, third on the Crimson Storm with 5.5 to play. Crusoe lobs up top to Copeland. Copeland hands to Crusoe across the paint, trying to create space. Now here's Stevenson, sets her feet, fires a 3 off the back iron. Condi up there with the offensive rebound. Crusoe, deep 3 from straightaway, no good. Condi, another offensive rebound. Missed the putback though, and it goes out of bounds off Large. The Bison are killing SNU on the offensive glass. SNU fortunate that it is not burning them too badly at this point. 12 second chance points for the Bison off 15 offensive rebounds. Here's Bay to the foul line, cut off. Dumps it out to Giddy. Giddy backing down on Leslie, who's in for Copeland. Left-hand baby hook, no good. Crawford nearly had the rebound, but it bounced off her hands to Crusoe. Under 5 to go. Crusoe creates some space, goes to the basket, and the left-hand layup rolls in for 2. Again, Crusoe using that off arm, and Trent May is not pleased about it. 55-52, 4:35 to play. Here's Giddy at the foul circle. Left side to Bay, open 3 on the way. Hit, rattles in! Jenna Bay, her first 3 in 4 attempts.
That's $3 for First Family Bank and Trust. To the General Scholarship Fund.
Here's Crusoe, left wing, guarded by Crawford, 4:12 to go. 58-52 SNU. Gives it up to Leslie between the rings. Leslie cut off, gets it out to Condi. Crusoe wants it down low. Condi's working against Otsuka with 10. Hesitates, drives to the left block, step through, over to Large in the paint. Left-hand shot, high off the glass, no good. Giddy has the rebound for SNU. Up ahead to King with 3:45 to go. King driving to the basket, off glass, it falls, and the foul! Katie King, right down Main Street and through the heart of the Bison. 8-point lead for SNU. She's got 20. Timeout on the court. 3:45 to go as SNU leads 60-52. Katie King at the line for a free throw when we come back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
60-52, SNU with the lead over Oklahoma Baptist. 3:45 to play, and Esther Katie King has shown up in the building tonight.
She has for sure. Since the start of the game, she might look small, folks, but she is mighty and she has dominated throughout this whole evening. She's made a big difference on the court here. And OBU is just not stopping her tonight, and we have no complaints about that.
7 of 8 from the field, 5 of 5 at the free throw line. She's got a three-pointer. She's got one more free throw here to push it to a 9-point lead. This 8-point lead is the largest of the game for SNU, and she makes it 61-52, 9-point game, and SNU continues to apply some full-court pressure. That last foul was on Parker Stevenson, her 4th, so she's out of the ball game. Jaden Getman and Caitlin Davis back in out of the timeout. So Hannah Giddy being pulled away from the basket a little bit by Getman, but Getman goes right back into the paint, fires it up, missed the shot, no good. Bay has the rebound for SNU. Here's Duncan, who's in there right now for Otsuka. 3:15 to play. Giddy at the foul circle. Over to King. King. Over to Duncan. Right side now, Crawford with 10. Down low to Giddy. At the block, outside to Crawford. Quick trigger on the 3. It's short. Rebound tipped away from Davis by King. And it's SNU ball with a fresh 20, under 3 to go. Giddy holding. Trying to direct traffic. Nobody moves, so Crawford comes to get it. Crawford tried to go down low to Giddy. Kicked by Crusoe. Will do it again with a fresh 20 with 2:45 to play. The Bison just 8 of 27 here in the second half, under 30%. Shot 47% in the first quarter. It's gone down every quarter since. King lobs it to Bay, right wing. Now back to Giddy, extended right elbow. Here's King, running, stops, pops, off the back iron, no good. Good look there. Here comes SNU, Condi with it. Into the front court, drives, baseline, cut off by Bay, and a foul is called on Jenna Bay. A little too aggressive, forcing Condi into the baseline. She had her dead to rights, too. Third foul on Jenna, 4th on the Crimson Storm. Crusoe inbounding, lobs it into Getman. Getman backing down on Giddy. Bay swiping at it, outside large, open 3, in and out. Condi comes crashing in, and the rebound comes to Getman. Getman down low to large, and a foul is called on Bay. And that's number 4 on her, and the 5th team foul on SNU. Kennedy Large going to the line for 2 free throws here with 2:10 to go. Large just 55% at the free throw line today, but OBU as a team just 50% at the line. Large hits the first, one more to come for the senior out of Bing. First free throw attempt since December 7th. She missed the second one. The lead is 8, 61-53. King doubled, gets it up ahead to Giddy left wing. SNU can run some clock with 2 minutes to go. 2-3 zone here for the Bison. Giddy down low to King, outside Crawford. Left corner 3, off the iron, no good. And it's swatted away by Getman to King. King outside to Bay. SNU can run some more clock. Crusoe extending way out up top, guarded by King, and a reach-in foul is called on McKenzie. Just her first. 4th team foul on the Bison with 1:38 to go. Copeland in, Getman out, and Bo Overton wants time. 1:38 to play, 61-53, SNU with the lead. It's a 30-second timeout. OBU just 1 timeout remaining, SNU with 3. Esther SNU once again doing a great job defensively, holding the Bison to just 36% shooting.
That is correct, and just finishing off this game here, just try and keep as much of that ball possession as possible and just let them foul you if that's what they keep doing, and just take advantage of all these little mistakes.
Bison getting plenty of looks inside here tonight. He came in about almost a 50-50 split as far as their field goal attempts are concerned. They're at 32 twos and 27 threes tonight, so pretty much right on their season average. They're just 22% from deep. Crawford has it up top. Drive and kick to Duncan. Here's King. Over to Duncan. 10 on the clock. Here's Giddy. Hands to Crawford on the curl. Crawford pulls up right of the paint. It claws off, no good. And the Bison have it. Davis doubled in the backcourt. Up ahead to Kennedy Large. 1:15 to play. Still anyone's game, especially with the Bison prowess from deep. Here's Davis. Cut off. Large. Top of the key. SNU forcing OBU to use a lot of time. Here's Condi working against Hoffman. Backing down, and a reach-in foul is called on Jordan Hoffman. The SNU crowd and Trent May can't believe it. Second foul on Hoffman. She checks out, Bay back in.
Checking in for the Crimson Store, number 14, Jenna Bay. At the line for 2 shots.
Based on Trent May's reaction and conversation with Hoffman, he agreed with the foul call. Condi missed the free throw, though. 87% at the line. Again, the Bison going against their season averages at the worst possible time. She goes 1 for 2. We're under a minute to go. 61-54. Both teams in the bonus as SNU calls timeout to advance the basketball into the front court. Still a 7-point game here, Esther, and Crimson Storm haven't been incredible offensively. 42% from the field, just 61 total points. SNU's only scored over 68 twice this year.
And overall, I would say just that strong defense that they've been showing throughout from the start of the game and here up until the finishing of it is what keeps them going. It's what keeps them, of course, making baskets, making shots, just going to help. But without that defense, there's nothing else possible here.
Of course, it's pretty incredible. SNU went 30-3 a year ago and never scored 80 points. So that's one thing that this team has done that last year's team did not accomplish, hitting that 80-point threshold.
100%.
So SNU circling the wagons here on the inbounds. It comes to Bay, and she's crowded and grabbed and fouled by Condi, and that's number 5 on Peyton Condi. So Jenna Bay going to the line for 2 free throws. So Condi fouls out, 4 points, 3 rebounds in 21 minutes.
At the line for 2 shots, number 14,
Parker Stevenson back in for Condi. Bay shooting 2, where she's 2 for 2 tonight. Jordan Hoffman at the scorer's table, set to check in for Bay after the free throws. First one from Jenna is good. Second one up and good. Bay goes 2 for 2, makes it a 9-point game again. And Hoffman back in for defense. Large inbounding, gets it into Crusoe on the run. She got away from Crawford. Cut off by Jill, though. And then Jill knocked it away from her. Loose ball. King comes up with it. King up ahead to Hoffman, and SNU can hold, and Bo Overton says no foul. As SNU passing it around the perimeter, going to get their 8th straight win in the rivalry. As Giddy holds at the foul circle to Hoffman. Behind the screen from Giddy, Hoffman to the left block, cut off. Outside to Duncan with 3. Duncan driving, scoop layup, left it short. But Stevenson has it with 15 seconds to go. Into the front court. Stevenson drives, spins, stops, pops, and hits with 7.5 to go. Timeout called by OBU. 63-56 SNU.
Timeout on the floor. Called by OBU.
Quick check on scores from around the league. Ouachita defeats Henderson State tonight 80-58. Down in Ada, 3-point game in favor of the Tigers, 61-58. Southeastern basketball with 5 seconds left. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Coming down the stretch in the fourth quarter, 21 seconds left. Arkansas Monticello leads by 2 over Southern Arkansas, 59-57. And now they're tied at 59 off a steal and a bucket from Marley Bright, the reigning defensive player of the week in the conference. So tied at 59 and 16 seconds left. Northwestern beats Southwestern tonight 53-36. And Harding maintains their 1-game lead in the conference, 61-48 over Arkansas Tech. SNU now calls timeout to advance the ball into the front court. Crimson Storm, 9 of 26 from the field here in the second half. But 2 made threes in the fourth quarter were absolutely huge in holding off the Bison here this evening. Giddy gets it into Bay, and the final seconds will tick off. Southern Nazarene wins their 8th straight over Oklahoma Baptist, their 3rd in a row here in Bethany. They've now won 17 of 18 between these two schools. The final score, 63-56. Southern Nazarene with the win over Oklahoma Baptist here tonight at the Sawyer Center. SNU ends the game 42% from the field, 3 of 17 from deep, 2 of those coming in the fourth quarter at absolutely critical moments, and 16 of 17 at the free throw line, making them now 28 of 29 at the free throw line over the last 2 games. Oklahoma Baptist 37% from the field, 22% from 3, and just 6 of 12 at the free throw line this evening. Oklahoma Baptist had the edge on the glass tonight, 39-32, including 15-7 on the offensive glass, leading to a 13-4 edge in second chance points. SNU 34-26 on points in the paint. Both teams with 6 points off turnovers, 11 for the Bison, just 6 turnovers for SNU here tonight. And Esther, really, that was what got things started in that first quarter. SNU applied some full court pressure and got some turnovers, some easy buckets, grabbed the lead, and never let it go again.
For sure, and that just shows the way that the Crimson Storm can work. They might be down just for a moment, but once they really lock in and get their heads really focused in on the game, they'll just continue to go up from there, and that just was shown again throughout the whole game. They adjusted a little bit. The coach took that little timeout in the beginning. They had a quick chat, and from then on out, just like you said, it just shot up and just kept making its way up until the end, where we took another win here home at the Sawyer Center.
Katie King led the way for the Crimson Storm tonight, 21 points, 7 of 9 shooting, 14 for Umi Otsuka, 12 and 10 for Hannah Giddy, her 9th double-double of the season. 7 points for Jenna Bay, 6 points for Jordan Hoffman, 3 points off the bench for Hannah Duncan. Jillian Crawford didn't score tonight in 18 minutes, but we cannot say enough about the defense she played against Mackenzie Crusoe in that second half. Did an outstanding job limiting the senior out of Choctaw. Crusoe into the game, 12 points, a team high. 10 points for Parker Stevenson, 11 for Jaden Getman off the bench. 6 points each for Kennedy Large and Sierra Copeland, 4 for Peyton Condi, 3 for Jill Leslie, and 2 each for Allie Reel and Caitlin Davis. So that's going to wrap it up on the women's side of things. Esther, your final thoughts this evening from SNU's 4th consecutive win.
Overall, just a fun game to watch here between both schools. The Bison fought hard just as well as the Crimson Storm. It was a very big back-and-forth game. There wasn't too much of a big difference. Of course, I will say the Crimson Storm in the end dominated just defensively. Our offense may have not as been as what we've wanted, but just that defensive, again, is what helped them take this win here, and they just need to continue to do that and just continue to work as a team and they'll just have great outcomes like they did tonight.
So that's going to do it on the women's side. We'll be back with our player of the game and Coach Trent May here in just a few moments. For now, though, we'll step aside and get you back in just a moment. And welcome back to the Sawyer Center. SNU wins it tonight over Oklahoma Baptist. Their 8th straight in the rivalry. We're joined now by Katie King. 21 points tonight, a game high for Katie. And Katie, congrats on the win. You started aggressive in that first quarter, and you kept coming all 4 quarters. What was your mindset tonight?
I just want to win. You know, it's getting the last stretch of the season, and for me, it's my last season ever, so I'm trying to leave it all on the court, one game at a time.
What was the key to this one tonight? It looked like early in that first quarter, things just back and forth, but then you guys brought out the full court press, and it changed from that point forward.
Yeah, definitely our defense. We play really good defense. We're holding teams under their averages, so it's really good, and it's a testament to what we work on in practice. And with OBU especially, we wanted to focus on our matchups and just really pressure on defense.
They came in one of the best three-point shooting teams in the nation, both in, well, really in every category. How are you guys able to limit them and keep them at a low percentage from there tonight?
Again, we're intentional with everything we do, and so when we have matchups, we know who shooters are. We're intentional with our matchups. We try to close out on them. We try to limit their three-pointers. I think there was one tonight, one player that had just 2, and that was the most of anyone, so it was really a testament, again, to our defense and locking in on our matchups.
You're an Oklahoma person, so you're not unfamiliar with this rivalry, but it's your first taste of it. What were your thoughts?
It was exciting. I didn't really know much about the rivalry between OBU and SNU, but it was fun. It was a great atmosphere, and especially even better when you get a win. So,
going forward, you've got a big one against Southeastern, again, right there with you guys in the standings. How do you continue to build on this and build on what you guys have done over the last 3 or 4 weeks now?
At the end of the day, if we focus on us, we're going to be good. Again, Southeastern, we beat them at their place in 2024. So it's going to be a good win or a good matchup, but as long as we focus on us, we'll be good.
Should be a good win, too, hopefully. We'll see.
Speak into existence.
Absolutely. Katie, congrats on the win and the great game. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Coach Trent May in just a moment. And welcome back. We're joined by Trent May after SNU's win over OBU. And Trent, congrats on the win, 8 straight against the Bison. Just another really well-rounded performance from your team tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man. I love the fact that defense really picked up second half. Knew if we held them under 60, we'd have a good shot at winning the game. I love the fact that we had, I think, 11 assists, 8 steals, and 6 turnovers. It's great taking care of the ball and forcing other teams to make mistakes. So that was huge for us tonight.
I know the number you're really excited about, though, is that 16 to 17 at the free throw line. 2 straight really good performances at the free throw line now.
Yeah, I told the girls, whoever's been coming in to work with you guys, I need to get, they need to be full time because that's a phenomenal turnaround. The last 2 games has been great.
Early first quarter, things kind of back and forth, and then you employed that full court press, and that really seemed to flip the switch for your team in that first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, we just didn't want to be stagnant, didn't want to be vanilla, didn't want them to settle in, and sometimes that's a good call, and sometimes it maybe not. But I thought it was good, forcing the turnovers there and putting them on the heels a little bit. So I was, glad we went to that and glad our girls executed that.
We talked off air this morning about you wanting to see somebody really kind of just take over. Katie kind of did that tonight.
Katie had a great mindset. We talked on the way up here for her interview, and she's hungry. I mean, it's like every game's, it's one step closer to her last. She knows that. She recognizes that, so she's trying to go all out, and that's big time appreciated for me, and I know it's big time appreciated for her teammates.
You mentioned the defense picking up in the second half. I think, at least from our vantage point, that was personified in Jillian Crawford and her defense on Mackenzie Crusoe there, especially in the fourth quarter. Just a great job coming in and really locking her down.
Yeah, she did a great job of not letting her get to her spots. And, obviously Kenzie's a really good player. She got some points tonight, but it wasn't easy. Girls that, guarded her, multiple times, it made her really work for it. And Jill down the stretch did a great job of, just not making it easy for her. I mean, if they're going to score, make it hard. And so that's what, so I'm glad you acknowledge that. She did. Jill did a really good job with that.
Looking ahead to Saturday against Southeastern, again, another team right there with you guys in the conference standings, an opportunity for you guys to maybe put some distance early in the conference season. You're halfway through at this point.
Yeah.
How do you keep the momentum rolling?
Yeah, I mean, one, for starters, me, I got to find something to pick on, and we can get better at offensive rebounding or defensive rebounding. They had way too many tonight. Give them credit. They're a good team. Well coached. They're gonna fight. But we're forced to survive that because that's way too many for my liking. But yeah, I mean, we gotta keep doing what we're doing. Girls doing a really good job. There's always ways to improve, but I love the DNA and fight of our team. My assistants do a fantastic job, and I have zero complaints. I'm thankful we're healthy. Glad we have to win tonight. Really good crowd, by the way. That was awesome. Score video board, phenomenal. I wish I would have seen that video before because I was probably not crying when they were playing it. You just get excited when you showcase when you get to see your team showcase like that. It's a big deal because it's new, and little details, man, make up a lot of big things.
Absolutely. Well, Trent, congrats on the win. Look forward to seeing you guys back on Saturday.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
That's going to do it for the women's side. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with the men here in just a moment.